Good day, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I'd like us to start in a seated position. So you can sit cross-legged, you can sit on your heels, you can sit on the top of your feet, or in whatever seated posture works best for you. Always nice to have something that you can sit on to elevate the hips a little bit. And I'd like for us just to take a little bit of time to settle, to arrive, to set an intention for today's practice. What brings you here today? And rather than what I expect to get, I invite you to maybe decide what would you like to bring to the practice. How would you like to be? What qualities would you like to cultivate? Maybe setting an intention to relax more or to breathe more, to be more kind to what happens. And you can start by just starting to engage more the breath. And now, if you have something that you're sitting on, you can move that away. Invite us to sit on our buttocks, and you can bring the legs in front of you. With a nice big bend, knees can be quite high up. And this could be a really great starting posture, just you sort of holding your knees cross-legged. Sitting cross-legged is extremely difficult for many bodies. So as a starting progression, just being up here. And you hold this, maybe begin to relax a bit the neck, the head, allow that to fall forward. And if you have no pain in the knees or no difficulties, you can begin to bring the knees closer to the floor. Have one leg in front of the other. And you can begin to walk the hands forward, beginning to stretch this way. So the posture can look completely different for you than it does on me. So you might already have your knees on the ground. The goal is not to put the knees on the ground. The goal is to feel a stretch and sensations and to breathe. So whether you're quite high up or a lot lower down, it's all okay. And for a few rounds, we're going to be breathing in, elongating, becoming taller or longer. And on the exhales, nice, slow, long exhales, we're going to be softening, letting go, going deeper. Each breath should stimulate the body, the rising and falling of the torso, the chest, the belly, the back, the sides should be felt. The stretch should be felt with each breath. And slowly coming back up, we will switch now the legs. So if your right foot was in front, you can bring it now to the back. And again, starting out here, this might be enough. Or beginning to place the knees closer to the mat. Breathing in, we lengthen. Breathing out, we go deeper. Exploring if you can soften more the shoulders, the face, the jaw. We tend to hold a lot of tension in the tongue, so feel free to just relax the tongue as best you can. And if we want to make this practice more restorative, more recovery based, then focus on those longer, softer exhales. By doing so, we stimulate our vagus nerve, activate our parasympathetic nervous system, so we can rest, recover, digest. There's no need to fight or flight or freeze. We're not trying to activate the heart rate or increase adrenaline. We're doing the opposite today. Slowly coming back up. Allowing the legs to come out in front of you. Giving the knees and the legs a hug, squeeze as we lengthen the spine, the crown of the head. And we're going to now bring forward one of the legs. The hands can come in back. And this could be already a nice position to practice. Being in, breathing into. However, if you'd like, you can Also cross the other leg over, and perhaps crossing over even more so the knees become closer together or on top of one another. Encouraging you to either point or curl the toes back, maybe just noticing what's different. And as we breathe in, we lengthen. As we breathe out, we can soften, relax, maybe folding forward. Once again, remembering to relax the shoulders, the jaw, the face, head become heavy. And if you like being gentle, you can begin to wave the foot, and noticing as the sensations arise, stimulating our nerve endings, our tendons and joints. Bringing the hands back, uncrossing the legs if you had them crossed. You can place both legs out in front. A little wiggle, a little wave, maybe circling the feet one way and the other. We'll repeat on the other side. So you could bring the other knee up now, and you can just be here. As always, cushions, bolsters, anything to support you is quite helpful. Feeling free to cross over, getting that knee more or less above the other knee. Breathing in, we lengthen. And breathing out, we let go. And with the support of the hands, making our way back up. Bringing the legs in front of us. Taking some time to windshield wiper the legs. To just kind of kick off the slipper gently. So we've done a lot of bending forward. Now we can reverse that. So we can make our way onto our hands and knees. Bringing the hands further out in front of us. And beginning to bend or bring the chest closer to the mat. You can place pillows or blankets underneath. You can be on the elbows if that's better, or straightening out the hands. For some of us, because of our proportions in our anatomy, our skeletal system, we might be able to bring even our neck on the mat or our chest. You can feel free to rest the forehead. Long, soft breaths in and out. With the support of the hands, coming back up into tabletop. We're going to bring one of the legs forward. So it might be supportive to add some extra cushion underneath the knee. Feeling free to hold on to objects for support. Maybe just being here, beginning to bring the hips, the pelvis down towards the mat, stretching the top of the leg. If you'd like, you can bring the hands closer to the mat. Exploring here, maybe some movement, some pushing open with the hand. Might be resourceful. Both hands can be on the mat. Some of us could even just lay down. You could allow the chest to come down to the mat or the elbows. So taking some time to explore this hip opener, this leg stretch. Each time we practice this sort of movement, we're creating more space. In that space, we're also creating more awareness of our bodies. We're stimulating our nervous system, our cardiovascular system, our muscular system, our autoimmune system, and many, many more. We can breathe into those new spaces. We can breathe out things the body doesn't need anymore. Coming back to a tabletop. Maybe stretching out that leg that was forward now, kicking it back. Knees coming down, shoulders above the hands. Just giving yourself a little bit of permission to move here. So it might feel nice to go side to side or up and down. Might want to do some rolls. As best we can, remembering that breath. And when you're ready, we're going to repeat that lunge on the other side. So setting up in a way that's safe and comfortable for you. And coming back to tabletop. Straightening out that leg that was bent if you'd like, kicking it back. Bringing the feet now closer together, knees apart, sitting back on the heels in a child's position. The hands can come out in front of us or to the sides, maybe bending at the elbows and bringing the hands over the head. Gently lifting up, elbows on the mat. We glide through onto the bellies. Feet can be wide. The palms and our forearms go down on the mat into a Sphinx pose. From here, we can either make our way into crocodile, resting the hands on the forehead, with the forehead on the hands, or you can roll over onto the back. You can drop the knees together, maybe open them apart if you want a little more groin, hip stretching, or allow the legs to come straight out. Taking this last minute or so to soak in the practice we just did. As best you can, still keeping the attention on the breath, on the body. Perhaps with each out breath, sinking more into the floor, relaxing the legs, the arms, the middle of the body, the neck, the head. And you're more than welcome to stay here, continue for a few more minutes if you'd like.